to Carmela's husband the night of the fire. He told them he was at the hockey arena that evening. There was security camera footage that proved it. But according to Graham, David wasn't telling the whole story.
David Knight never mentioned being with anybody that day. Now Graham McDonald's telling us that he was with David and that they went to Toronto.
Detectives were now taking a hard look at David Knight. And some of his behavior after the fire was raising eyebrows. Carmela's friend Harold says he didn't attend Carmela's funeral.
It was awful to think that your wife could die so tragically. And even if you were separated, that you wouldn't come to pay your respects.
Even worse, she says he didn't let their young sons go. They were not their own mother's funeral? Oh my gosh. But Carmela's mom wasn't surprised. She knew the divorce proceedings hadn't been going as smoothly as David let on. In fact, she says it got ugly. David was telling lies about the time before and after her death. Billy told all the hockey parents that she was a vagina, that she had a boyfriend, that she was taking drugs. Do you think the parents were biased? No, they weren't. Carmela had complaints about David, too. Carol told investigators that Carmela had long suspected he was on Facebook. Stabling a book, sometime without his friend, Trevor more and more.
I think there was some receipts. There were some strange phone calls that were coming in.
And a year and a half before her murder, undeniable proof. Carmela found a thumb drive in David's car filled with racy photos. She deposited with her sister Nancy. So there was naked photos of this girl, and there was a picture of Dave and her, and she was kissing him on the cheek. So there was no betting around this. No, this was, adultery. Yeah, exactly. And Nancy said David finally admitted he had a girlfriend who gave him that second house in Florida. David promised Carmela he'd stop seeing her immediately when he went to marriage counseling. But months later, she discovered the affair was still going strong. Then she just decided enough's not, I can't do this anymore. And told him. How did he react? As she was telling him, he was begging for her to come back. And she said, no, I can't do this anymore. You've had chances, and that's it. Police wanted to hear more from David. When a team of investigators went to speak with them, he ignored them.
They meet up with him in the parking lot. They try to engage in a conversation and just keeps walking and wouldn't stop, wouldn't speak to them.
After that, David lawyered up, so investigators turned their focus toward the girlfriend. While they'd been in Florida trying to speak to David's brother, they paid her a visit.
She says that she was under the impression that David had been divorced for 6 years, that they met in a bar about a year and a half prior.
She knew everything about his story, right? I just think she didn't know anything about his different life.
David Knight was living a double life.
Yes.
He learned his plan was to set up a construction business in Florida and move there permanently, but he ran into serious money problems in the months before Carmela's death.
We're learning that Carmela was in financial dire and that he wasn't paying the mortgage or helping her out with the boys. And she filed an emergency motion for custody of the children. And that hearing was supposed to be heard on the Thursday after her murder. That was just 3 days later. So yes.
Investigators wondered if David had found a solution to his financial problems. He had taken out 2 life insurance policies on Carmela, totaling $850,000. David had a lot to gain from Carmela's life insurance policy.
He did, and he needed that money. The business deal was closed on September 25th, which again was right after her murder.
Time was running out for him, that he needed to
Make this happen.
Police were now convinced that David Knight was somehow involved in his wife's murder, but they didn't have any real evidence. They needed more time to verify if David really was with Graham the day Carmela was murdered, before he was seen at the hockey rink. But time was running out. David was about to bolt. Once he lawyered up, detectives got a forward to tap his phone, and they learned he was planning to move to the Sunshine State.
And what does that mean for your investigation?
It would have been very problematic to investigate him while he's in Florida and might have meant that our investigation was over.
Detectives had seized David's passport earlier in the investigation. Now they learned he had found a way to outsmart them by going to the government agency that issues passports.
He then falsified a document saying that he lost his two legs and lost his passport. Passport Canada reissued him a new passport.
A new passport meant David Knight could slip through their fingers. For good. This was a race against time.
It was,
Coming up, David had an ace up his sleeve, a private jet, and an unwitting accomplice.
You were about to transport an alleged killer to Florida.
And that, he was on a flight, we had no way of stopping it.
When Big Live continues.
And this thing? It's what's going on inside of me. Because my mom was just frustrated by this. It wasn't always this calm. You see my everywhere I is. Wondering when it would pop up next was stressful, doing a number on the insides. But then I found out about Velcity, a new once-daily pill, not a steroid or biologic, for adults with moderate to severe UC. Velcity can help calm the chaos of UC. It quickly treats flares, providing a chance for lasting steroid-free remission. Don't take Velcity if you've had a heart attack, chest pain, stroke, immune stroke, heart failure in the last 6 months, irregular or abnormal heartbeat. Velcity may cause serious side effects, including infections that can be fatal, slow heart rate, liver problems, increased blood pressure, macular edema, certain types of skin cancer, swelling and narrowing of the brain blood vessels, and shortness of breath. Tell your doctor if you were pregnant or plan to be. If conventional therapy like 5-ASAs or steroids aren't working for you, ask your gastroenterologist about Velcity. Velcity, help calm the chaos of UC.
You know food is coming, but you know you have enough to be here. Pampers Swaddlers with blowout barrier helps prevent up to 100% of leaks, even more. Don't fear blowout with the Pampers Swaddlers.
Intense, the body.
At Olive Garden, sauce is the soul. It's what takes you in a tour of it. And chicken and shrimp carbonara to the next level. Made from scratch every day. It's one of the ways we put more in, so you get more out. There it is. That feeling you get when you can do more with less asthma. It starts with Dupixent. Dupixent is known for some breathing problems. It's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma and can help improve lung function for better breathing in as little as 2 weeks. Dupixent helps prevent asthma attacks and can even reduce or eliminate oral steroids. Can you picture it? Dupixent can cause allergic reaction that can be severe. It can help right away if you have rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling, or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor about your worsening or pain or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Who knows what you can do? You can do more with less asthma. Ask your doctor about Dupixent, the most prescribed biologic for asthma.
What I wish, maybe more happy.
Walking with the tens of millions of dollars. I see you, what you want to get? Here's what you're missing. Investigation of crime scene recovery.
Really broke the case wide open.
Central.
After Carmel had been hurt, Texas Ranger husband David, possible suspect, was about to hop on a private jet headed for Florida.
and never returned to Canada again. Once he moved, that was it.
The wiretap on David's phone was paying off.
We were able to listen to his plan, namely purchasing a house, enrolling the boys in school, and what his future plan was in Florida.
This was bad news for detectives. They'd been building a case against him, but they still didn't have enough evidence for an arrest.
It was very, very tense because we thought he was gonna be able to get on that jet.
Pilot Bassam Al-Siraj remembers the request coming in from a customer looking to fly private to Florida. Immediately.
It was actually an evening, around 8 o'clock at night. I said, oh, this guy really looked the ghosting.
So Bassam called up the customer. It was David Knight.
I said, hey, listen to this. We actually found a plane. It just happened to be going forward.
David wanted $15,000 and the trip was set for the next morning. Are you on pins and needles? Yes.
It's on my phone. We have no way to stop it.
So detectives had an idea. Remember, David had lied and got himself a new passport. Police made a plan to confiscate it before he got on the plane. So this confiscation of his passport is based less on the murder investigation and more on him falsifying passport documents.
Right.
But detectives didn't have much time. They contacted